Hello, and it's Delia again. I have another cute little book. It's called Lilo and Stitch, Holiday Mischief with Stitch, Christmas stuff. And this is the last one in the Advent Calendar book. Are you excited for this to be the last one in the whole book? Okay, it says Holiday Mischief with Stitch. And we'll go back through there and make sure we got them all. Ready or not, here I come, Lilo shouted. It was a warm December morning in Hawaii, and Lilo and Stitch were playing hide and seek. Stitch was very good at hiding. Stitch is the little animal. See, there he is. Surprise! Stitch shouted as he jumped out of a box. Lilo laughed. Stitch, those are for Christmas. Christmas? Stitch was confused. He had never celebrated Christmas before. The end of the year is full of festivities here on Earth, Lilo explained. It's a time when everyone comes together to spread peace and joy. Come on, I'll show you. Lilo took Stitch downtown to the dance studio. Lilo's sister Nana was helping the dancers prepare for a big holiday party. Some dancers were hanging colorful lights, and other dancers were weaving tinsel into leis for guests to wear. During the holidays, we have lots of big parties, Lilo said. Friends from all over the island come to celebrate, and they bring lots of food. Stitch liked the sound of that. He wanted to help get ready for the party. He grabbed a string of lights and began running around the studio. Look at him running. Is he silly running? Look at him. He's running around the studio with all the lights. Uh-oh, there he is. Done messed himself up now. Stitch, slow down, Lilo called. But Stitch did not slow down. The lights got tangled up in Nana's banner and tipped over the poinsettias. Stitch tripped on a lei and fell, rolling himself into a knot of fur and Christmas lights. Look, there he is. Stitch snarled and began pulling at the lights, but the harder Stitch pulled, the more of a mess he made. Lilo sighed and helped Stitch escape from the tangle of lights. Don't be naughty, Stitch, Lilo said. That's not the way we celebrate Ohana, our family. Plus, if you're naughty, you won't get any presents. Presents? Stitch asked. Lilo told Stitch the story of old Saint Nick, who delivers presents to good children at Christmas. To help remind Stitch to be good, she wrote naughty and nice on opposite sides of his hat. Stitch felt bad for running the studio's decorations. He apologized and helped Lilo and Nana and the dancers clean up the mess. Lilo decided to teach Stitch about other holiday traditions. She took him to a friend's house where they saw a big menorah. Lilo told Stitch that the menorah is a symbol of Hanukkah. The holiday lasts for 8 days, and every night a new candle is lit in remembrance. Some families get together for fun. Traditions like spinning the treadle and eating potato cakes called lattics. I don't know how to say it. Lattics, something. 8 days, Stitch asked. That long holiday sounded like a lot of fun. Stitch decided to spin the treadle. It twirled and twirled until the treadle spiraled off the table and the lattics fell too. Be careful, Stitch, Lilo yelled. Remember what I said about being naughty? Look at him. He said, "Not those things are like cookies," and he knocked them off the table. Stitch put the dreidel and lattics back on the table. Don't forget that the holiday are all about celebrating Ohana, Lilo told Stitch. If you promise to be nice, I'll teach you about one more holiday tradition. Stitch nodded. He would be on his best behavior. Lilo took Stitch to their friend Mr. Bubbles' house. Mr. Bubbles had just finished baking a batch of cookies. Stitch's stomach rumbled, but he waited patiently for Lilo to get a cookie first. Look at him. He's waiting patiently for a cookie. He's cute, ain't he? Mr. Bubbles explained that during the last week of the year, his family celebrated Kwanzaa. My favorite Kwanzaa tradition is when the whole family drinks from the unity cup, Mr. Bubbles said. Well, that and my baking my grandmother's famous macadamia nut cookies. The Unity Cup honors family that is no longer with us, Mr. Bubble said, and so do my grandmother's cookies. Stitch helped himself to a second cookie and a third, and he reached for a fourth. Look at him, sneaking and getting 4 cookies. He's a naughty little Stitch. Stitch was about to stuff all the cookies in his mouth at one time, but then he heard Lilo's voice in his head. The holidays are all about celebrating Ohana. Stitch wanted Lilo to be proud of him. He quietly put the cookies back. Lilo smiled. She was glad Stitch had chosen to be nice. Why don't I give you a box of cookies for the road? Mr. Bubble said. Yes, Stitch cheered. Lilo and Stitch shared the delicious cookies as they walked home. He liked that because he wanted to eat up all them cookies when he was there. So when he gave him a box to take with him, he wanted to eat them too. At home, Nana had everything ready to decorate the Christmas tree. Stitch ran lights all the way to the top of it. Lilo played Christmas music on her record player, and Nana hung ornaments on every branch. This was Lilo's favorite Christmas tradition, spending time with her family. I wonder how other families celebrate their holidays, Lilo said. Everyone has their own unique traditions. Stitch nodded excitedly and then leaped outside. Wait, Stitch, come back. Look at him running. I think Stitch wants to celebrate more holiday traditions. You can show him yours. He's probably hiding somewhere in your home. Can you find him? He's a silly little thing, isn't he? Always running off trying to get cookies and being bad. He was cute though, isn't he? Is he cute with a little Santa Claus hat on? Look at him. He's cute. I hope you enjoyed this cute little book. Have a wonderful day, and there will be more coming soon.